Alright peeps, welcome back to the channel. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. Today I want to make a short video about this rather strange case that has blown up in the Scottish media about this young woman named Kyra Cousins who basically faked a pregnancy. Now, you might be wondering, how can you fake a pregnancy? Which was the first question that I had in my mind. But apparently it's doable, and this young woman had worn a prosthetic pregnancy bump, the whole works. Now I'm sitting thinking to myself, how is it even possible to be duped by such a lie? And this story is just absolutely next level insanity. This young woman had went through the whole time with the bump and all that, but she had given birth alone, and it's now came to pass that this was a big hoax, right? Now imagine your daughter came home and said she was pregnant, um, went through the whole 9 months, all that stuff, and then you find out one day you go in the room to see the baby, or what you thought was the baby or whatever, and it was a doll that can like mimic crying and move its arms or whatever. Now I know I'm kind of giggling, but this is absolutely unreal. The extent that somebody would go to lie, not just about being pregnant, because to me lying about being pregnant when you're not pregnant is it's a bad sign. It's a sign of a bad mental state, right? Now you imagine you were the father of this lassie, or maybe even worse, you were the quote unquote father of this baby that never was. What kind of damage has this done? What kind of mental state would conjure up this lie? This is the sign of some deep pathological instability, and I can't imagine what anybody associated with this is going through. Like, this is absolutely madness. And the lassie has came forward and apologised and all this. I think she's only 22 or 21, right? So growing up in the social media age where everything's online and people write big public statements and all this shit, right? Some things on the first social media, right? But obviously, if you're growing up when you never knew what it was like not to have social media, obviously I realise things are different. But if this was my daughter, my sister, even anybody related to me, how could you ever trust a word that came out their mouth after this? This must have such long lasting effects on the people that it's affected. Do you know what I mean? And now, even though she's issued a public statement, she has now been said to be signing up to some documentary, which I think is only exacerbating this whole entire issue with like social media. Like, oh look, photo me with my baby bump, oh photo me going for my first scan, photo me cleaning my Wayne's arse for the first time, whatever it is, right? It's like everything is a public spectacle now, which I find absolutely just it's mind boggling that anybody would even want to kind of um, would want to make a documentary about a lassie making up the fact she was pregnant, and seeing it right through the whole 9 months, and then having a baby and making people believe. Like, what must have been going through her mind when her parents or her family were like coddling this child, or let me see the way and whatever, and she's sitting there thinking, That's not even a real child. It's absolutely mind-boggling. But I just want to pull up the article where she's gave her apology, right? Now, hold on. Where are we at? So, I'm so sorry. Fake baby scandal mum addresses scam that shocked social media. Now, to be fair, this is a bit different for the shit I post on my channel, right? But some people have been saying, what do you think of this case? And technically it's no a crime, but it's fucking, it's a crime against the fucking social cohesion and order of the family, innit? Like, I know she's not, I don't think she's committed an offence in the legal sense, but it is shocking, do you know what I mean? So, excuse me, Kyra Cousins has addressed the scam that shocked social media, confirming that she faked scans, messages, a whole birth story, and acted like a doll was a real baby. And this is from the 21st October, so it's pretty recent. He's a beast, him. Know what I mean? But the mum at the centre of the fake baby scandal has shared a series of posts addressing the scam that shocked social media. Kyra Cousins, 22, has been accused of duping those closest to her into believing the plastic reborn doll was her tiny daughter named Bonnie Lee Joyce after wearing a prosthetic bump for months before pretending to give birth alone. Now, if you thought that was your kid, why would you let her give birth on her own? See, it should have raised a red flag, but you're not expecting to be fucking duped like that. Do you know what I mean? Madness. Opening on the hoax on Tuesday morning, Kyra wrote, "I'm so sorry." In a now deleted Instagram story, she said, "I wasn't pregnant. There was no baby. I made it up and kept it going way too far. I faked scans, messages, a whole birth story, and acted like a doll was a real baby. I know how bad it is. I fucked up. I just didn't know how to stop once I started." I think it's more than a fuck up. I don't get why anybody would lie to this extent. See, look at this. Kyra at her gender reveal party. So this is the lassie's gender reveal. These new things they have where a big it's an excuse for having a party really. Like I couldn't handle all that. See all this gender reveal shit, and I go to the scans. Like I went to, so when Ashley was pregnant with Christopher, I went to all the scans. I don't think gender reveals were a thing back then. At least if they were, I wasn't aware of it. Couldn't care. Um, and knew I was having a son, so I was over the moon with it. But now they have these big parties and it's like an excuse to be the centre of attention. If it's your thing, it's your thing. It's not really for me. I'm quite unsociable that way. I like to let everybody out. I like to delegate. Like, oh, you handle that, I'll just show up. So I don't have a proper excuse. Take away the word proper there. Just, you don't have an excuse. There's no excuse for this. I wasn't in a good headspace, but that doesn't make what I did okay. I know this is going to stick with me for a long time, and that I've probably lost friends I'll never get back. I'd say this will stick with you for the rest of your life. Excuse me. This is something I don't think will ever go away for you, man. Especially in this day and age. I'm trying to figure myself out and get help because this version of me isn't someone I want to be. I know I've ruined a lot of trust and that sorry won't fix everything, but it's all I can say right now. Kyra from LD went on to apologise to all of her loved ones who she lied to. She continued, "I'm so sorry. You were there for me through it all. You cried happy tears, picked me up, brought me places, believed everything I said. That's when that's when it kind of hits you, man. You're like, poor lassie's, poor mon da, right? Think they're gonna be grandparents, no, and then this comes fucking out. You didn't deserve, so she continues, you didn't deserve to be lied to like that. None of you did. Everyone who came to the gender reveal, all the people who gave me gifts or support, I fucked up and hurt a lot of people. And to everyone I made look bad along the way, the dad and his family, I'm sorry. That sounds a bit cryptic there. The dad and his, she made them look bad along the way. Sounds like maybe the dad didn't, but she was telling somebody here, you've got me pregnant. Maybe the boy wasn't believing it, know what I mean? I'm just reading between the lines there, I don't know if that's the case. She continues, I made you out to be horrible people when really I was the one in the wrong completely. Sounds like I'm getting warmed in it. Kyra went on to defend people who were led to believe this doll was real. She added, in everyone else's defence, the doll could move. You could change the facial features, arms and legs. Fuck's sake, man. Dolls have changed these days, eh? You could feed the doll, making it pee or poo. So when no one is close to the doll, it does look real. No one was looking at my baby expecting it to be a doll. Probably the most truthful thing you've said there. Kyra, who said she would explain her actions and make apologies on Instagram Live at 4 p.m, claimed to have given birth to her daughter weighing £5 4 ounces earlier this month on October 10th. Excuse me. She posted images of baby scans and videos of her lavish gender reveal party in the weeks leading up to the birth. Alongside this, she uploaded footage of the baby kicking in her tummy, a series of pictures of newborn clothes and items loved ones bought, such as a £1,000 pram and a car seat. Oh, I'd be livid. What? Oh, I'd be livid, mate. Spent £1,000 on a pram that's a fucking doll. Like, what? Just gets worse, doesn't it? She even posted about hospital appointments and claimed antenatal tests had picked up a heart defect in the baby. My God, man. My God. This gets deeper. You're even saying the Wayne's got a heart defect? Are you fucking sick? Fuck's sake, man. The mum was then outed online as a serial liar after the baby's dad found out that what he thought was his 6-day-old baby was actually a doll, and Kyra's mother found the prop in her bedroom. And screenshots of messages reported to have been sent by Kyra shortly afterwards, she appears to tell the man who she claimed was Bonnie Lee's dad that their baby had died. Wow. I want to just say, right, this, see all these wee details I'm reading to you now, this is the first time I'm hearing of them. I just knew this lassie had faked a pregnancy, and I'm just reading all this as you're reading it. I don't know how many of you know the ins and outs of this story, but this is the first time I'm reading all this shit, and I would be fucking livid, spitting blood. See if this was, see, listen, I'm a father of a 14-year-old boy, right? And let me just say, if my son ever found himself in this situation, I would be fucking boiling, mate. Boiling. Take away the fact that she's made up the pregnancy, right? But then to say the child's got a heart defect, they found a heart defect in the baby. The Wayne's died. Oh, my wee lassie's just died, and sending that to my son. Oh. See, I'm just going to be honest, right? See, reading all this, you know what this sounds like? That boy's probably told her to get a fuck, and she's faked a pregnancy to keep him. That's what I think this sounds like. Could be wrong. Just my 2 pence worth in it. We previously reported that pal Neve McRobert noted that those closest to Kyra first became suspicious after no one had heard the baby cry in a video statement filmed on October 16th. She also told of how Kyra refused to let anyone touch her as she claimed Bonnie Lee had recently visited Wishaw General Hospital for checks due to ill health. Neve said, I noticed Kyra had deleted every picture and video of Bonnie Lee from our chats. I asked her why and she ignored me. I then asked the baby's dad, is this a doll? And he said, yes, it's a doll. She even went to the extreme of texting him saying Bonnie Lee died. Oh, fuck me, man. I can't imagine how he must feel right now and everyone else who has been lied to for months and months. This is the doll, which does look realistic, if I must say. Everyone believed her. She had a gender reveal. She posted scan photos and even said the baby had a hole in its heart. Then she texted me saying the baby was born. We were all so happy. Screenshots of Neve's conversations with Kyra about Bonnie Lee were shared online, alongside others showing the doll in a series of now deleted posts from the new mum. Neve also spoke about how she met baby Bonnie Lee when she took her former friend and the doll to a supermarket. She continued, I feel worse because I'm one of the few people to meet this baby. I feel totally used and drained. Everyone got conned by her. Neve's video had thousands of interactions with people sharing comments of horror and disgust. Reborn dolls like the one used in the shocking scam retail between £30 to £2,000 and are designed to look like real life babies. Excuse me, I've still got a bit of infection and it's hanging in the back of my throat. Some versions of the dolls even make a crying sound and some have fake tears, fucking hell. Others even produce wet pee nappies. A friend of Kyra's family, who asked not to be named, also told the Record of her shock at the news but said she suspected the pregnancy was fake all along. Describing Kyra as a serial liar, she said, I have known her for 10 years and she has lied about all sorts. She came into my house twice before this doll appeared and me and daughter noticed straight away that her bump wasn't real. It was all lumpy. She was wearing very thin pyjamas and you could see the straps on her back holding it on. Fuck me, man. When she posted the picture of her supposed baby, I knew it looked like a doll. Where are the fucking proofreaders in this Daily Record, man? I think it's meant to say, I knew it looked like a doll. But I would have been slaughtered if I'd spoken out about all this and said I didn't think any of it was real. People would have thought I was crazy. And that is the end of that. What a fucking story, man. Imagine that was your kid. Either the lassie that faked the pregnancy or the boy who was being accused of being a dad. What the fuck is happening in society? What is happening in people's lives that they think this is a good idea? No, I've made a lot of stupid fucking decisions in my early years, but this is something else, man. Always beware of somebody saying, you know, when they have that track record of pathological lying, you know, like I'm pregnant, like skepticism is the word of the day. But what a fucking story, man. I'm gonna leave it there. I was pretty, you know what I'm gonna say, I was pretty shocked at the lengths that lassie went to convince that boy. I think she must have been trying to keep her hands on him or something. Maybe he found her out, I don't know, but let us know in the comments what you think. And have a good day, everybody. Over and out.